for this race, we are using these Phase 2 flags, which not only randomizes which stage is which, it also randomizes pipe locations, stage locations, bridge and lock locations, etc. And we are underway. We're starting off with World 4, and we're starting off with 6-6. Oh my, it doesn't... For a starting stage, it doesn't get much worse than that. Oh my, oh my, oh my. So amourietta was able to get the, got that mushroom. Either don't know if magooisadorable is aware that that mushroom was there, but well, it was able to get that one. Thankfully, the enemies are largely accommodating. Oh my. I spoke too soon, perhaps, but amourietta with the fireball is able to take out those big Berthas without too much issue. And magooisadorable was able to get through the piranha plant gauntlet, and oh, just got sniped by that cheap right at the end. Oh man. And unfortunately, we don't have any choice but to go through that level. Amourietta takes the early lead. Oh my. Ice Field and Fire Bros. Lovely. And, ooh, but we do get an early hammer. That is nice. And a couple more pipes, which don't really matter much because there's only 4 pipes in World 4, so having seen them all, there's really no point in even checking them anymore at this stage. And I believe this is World 6? Yeah, World 6 Fort 3. I think it was called Carpet Fort or something like that. And Magoo is able to get through 6-6. Yeah, definitely not an easy start for our runners today. And amourietta able to take out our first of our many boom boom fights for today. Fortunately, we don't know where that spawned in at, and I saw half a lock there. That was weird. But I say from looks of it, we will have to go through the second fort to get to the airship, since we still need a bridge to be made. Okay, now that half lock is gone. Oh my. Water environment with the big hammer bros, and we get a star. And that is a World 5 stage. That is 5-7. There is a little side area through that pipe, but goodness knows this is a race. Nobody's going to go through that. And Magoo is able to get through the fort without any issue. At least not that I saw. Did end up small, but hey, a victory is a victory. And our second fort in World 4 is World 3 Fort 1. We refer to as the Door 6 fort, because you just go through the 6th door and there you go. There is a power-up block on the 5th door, which is, I believe, a 1-up in vanilla. So I've seen some runners go for that, but yeah. Like, as mentioned, this is a race after all. Alright, so amourietta is the first to get to the airship, and it is World 1. So, regarding the Koopalings, their various attributes are random. So, we could have our high jumpers randomized, our earthquakers are randomized, and our health is randomized. And I lost count a little bit. I wasn't sure if that was a 4 or a 5 hit Iggy, but otherwise, wasn't too hard to deal with. I did not see if, yet Magooisadorable did take the same path, so we never did get to see what that other path was. What that other stage was. And there are 4 lights, of course. And, ooh, we get World 6 as well, and a fort right off the bat, too. That's going to be interesting, though. Amourietta takes the regular stage, and it is the World 2 Pyramid. And Magooisadorable getting through the Iggy fight without much issue. With the high jump attribute, I have seen the Koopaling take a jump right from underneath you and and give you hitbox issues, but thankfully that did not happen here today. And it was a 5 hit point, but still, that's not. Ooh, getting sniped by that fire. Ooh boy. Okay. All is well. All is well. So I'm kind of curious if that. Ooh, and amourietta going right for the end card. I'm curious to see if that one fortress will be required. And that star gave a leaf. Okay. Not the best, but hey. A power-up can be handy in a pinch. And amourietta finds 1-1. That has a boss bass. Oh my. And ooh, gets taken out by the Block Goomba. And Magoo is heading for the end card as well. So we saw that the star gave a super leaf. And we got another match with the mushroom. We'll see what that gives the runners. Or not, okay. And Magooisadorable is heading for 1-1 as well. Probably will not like that boss sighting. Oh boy. You never want to see boss bass, but mostly because they tend to just come at you with, you don't really have a lot of reaction time when they show up. And that pipe is a dud. And amourietta going through the, I guess, the second fort. They're more or less synced now at World 5, Fort 1. Ooh, but Magoo takes a death. Ooh, boy, Magoo's having a bit of trouble. Decides to head for the Toad House. Gets a fire flower, and it turns out that the mushroom in the end card gives a Tanuki suit, which Magoo decides to promptly use. And yes, amourietta does have the randomized music flag on. Ooh. Oh, geez, those Sledge Bros are not being friendly. But they do give another hammer. And, ooh, amourietta finds one of the beta stages. I don't know for sure which one this is. This one's an analog to, but maybe 3-7? Maybe 7-3? I don't know. Or I might be thinking of 3-4. Oh well. One nice thing about the water environment, where if you're big, you're not subject to the water physics like you would be if you were small. Alright, so see... Oh, we got the flower from the end game. Another star. That'll be another super leaf. And that was a hammer from the end card game, from the fire flower spot. That is nice to see. The more hammers you have, the more stages you'll be able to skip. And amourietta is heading back towards that first one, and it's the Air Force. Wow, Magoo is adorable. I believe that was another beta stage, or beta stage lost levels, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, that's definitely not the nicest fort stage to see, but the fact that amourietta went back to get it means it's pretty much required. Yeah, I see it now. Needed a bridge to get to stage 6 there. Could have been a bit of a risk to pass that up when you first arrived, but both of our runners did pretty much the exact same thing, so there was no time lost either way. Ooh, that's 5-6, the Parabeetles. To get through that fast, there's definitely a couple tricky jumps involved, but ooh boy, fire jump, okay, we're good. amourietta making quick work of this one. Yes, one other feature of the randomizer, or at least under these flags, is that, for the most part, there's 8-1. The auto-scrolling has been turned off on most of these stages, so you can basically just go as fast as you want. There are two notable exceptions, one being 5-9, that's kind of a diagonal side-scroller and would kind of has the potential to break things if it was removed. And one of the beta stages, lovingly referred to as Atlantis, and I'm sure you guys want to see it. I'm sure our runners do not. So thankfully, amourietta had a tail going into that 8-1 stage, making things a lot easier in the early goings. And ooh, that's World 6 Fort 1. Okay. Semi-vanilla. And Magoo is adorable, going a bit slower through 5-6, but... okay. Makes it through the fire chomp, and you're good to go. Question from chat. The win-loss records here. As mentioned, this was Group H. amourietta is currently 3-0, and Magoo is currently 0-3. Regarding the other people in their group, Justin Man 114 is 1-0, F Coughlin is 1-2, and Goku Fat Man has 0-0. And amourietta finds the World 3 fort. Ooh boy, Magoo is adorable. Has to be careful with... Oh boy. I thought he landed on the paratrooper. It goes right into the bullet bill. Unfortunate. And we won't see how much health Lemmy has because amourietta decides to do a fireball kill. And Magoo also... right, that took a death and decided to grab a lead, and ooh, just missed that pipe there. And oh dear, Magoo takes another death. Since it's starting to become a little bit relevant, amourietta finds World 1, and I did not see where the lock was offhand. Since it's starting to become relevant on Magoo's side, if you get a game over in Mario 3, the regular stages all get reset, but the fortresses do not. So while Magoo would have to go through a bunch of stages over again, at least all the locks that were destroyed stay destroyed. Of course, the lock is in front of the castle. It's never that easy. Gets the 1-up. That'll be another good bit of information. And got another hammer. That's nice. And magooisadorable gets through 8-1. Nicely done. I think I saw a hammer suit in there somewhere. And amourietta finds, I believe that's 2-3. While magooisadorable going through the block ride in 6-1. Unfortunately, I don't have access to Smash Melee. In fact, since I got my EverDrive for N64, I've started playing the original Smash. I haven't played enough to actually have a main yet, I don't think. Maybe Kirby? Like I said, I haven't played enough yet. And there's another music box. Who cares about the fort? Just break the lock and head into the World 7 fortress, as magooisadorable heads into the World 3 fortress. The airship, rather. So they're pretty much a world apart at this point. Though, given their resources, World 1 is even shorter than usual. Play Smash Ultimate. I don't have a Switch. Oh boy, it looks like Larry is an Earthquaker. And magooisadorable takes out Lemmy. I did not see how many hits he required. I think Larry is a vanilla 3. I know some runners tend to skip the end cards just because they see it as a waste of time. In a seat like this, that can definitely set you back, because with hammers being given out like they are in this one, that can definitely, if you're one to skip that sort of thing, it'll definitely hurt you. And World 4 is World 3, and we got pretty much 2 stages, unless wants to use a hammer. It's pretty much 2 stages right off the bat, plus a fort. And amourietta finds our first hand stage in the Hammer Brothers. So what item will we be getting for these? An anchor. That's interesting. Under these flags, I believe the anchor will give you something completely random. So we'll see what we got going on there. And amourietta finds 3-9. Okay, so Larry was a 4-hitter. The fight kind of went by so fast. Not to mention there was 2 fights going on. And magooisadorable heading through 2-3. Not the most complicated thing. Sometimes you gotta be careful about at the end, because if you're not careful, those Koopas can get you. And amourietta finds, I think that's World 542. The place that has the sky lava. Don't think about it too much. And Magoo's Adorable taking using a star to get through the Hammer Brothers without an issue. Alright, so... do we have the magic pipe yet? No, but there's still more pipes to check. Can we find... yes! But it's got a lock, but we have hammers. Who cares? And amourietta, we have the World 2 fort this time. Alright, so... and Wendy's a 2-hitter. Very nice. I don't know if amourietta was trying to get the clip up there, but I don't think they got it. I think you have to be halfway off the top of the screen, if memory serves. I haven't really seen it too much. Oh boy. And oh, Magoo got cornered. Oh man, that sucks. And World 5 is World 5. So you see that that fortress is blue. There are 2 fortresses in World 5. One's brown, one's blue. The brown one is the ground fort and will always make a bridge. The blue fort represents the one in the sky and will always break a lock. So that way you have a visual tell as to what's going on. And whoa, what the heck happened with Magoo there? And boss pass in the air, oh my. And amourietta taking another shot at the end card, considering the hammers that are available on that. That's probably a good idea. And we have World 6 Fort 2. So made it a bit easier with the tail, but it's still not the easiest thing. Because you pretty much have no traction at all. Oh boy. Magoo's on the last life, and oh, ouch. Takes a game over. And we'll have to go through those 2 stages again. But at least the Hammer Brothers gone, and the Toad House does come back. But that is definitely unfortunate. You don't want to see that. The one thing I did notice about the World 5 layout, there are, I guess, 4 levels that are still vanilla. One is the tower in World 5, because there's really no other place to put it. The 2 Piranha Plant stages in World 7, and Bowser's Castle itself. And ooh, we got a Lakitu Cloud. Very nice. I think that's the first one we've seen so far. And I'm noticing that it looks like the tower is actually up in the sky this time. A bit of an odd role reversal there. And we have the army stage. And ooh, just got taken out by got shot in the face by the tank. And amourietta probably didn't necessarily want to see a star there, but whatever gets through the stage faster. Ooh boy. Ooh, okay. Oh, well, hello, Hammersuit. And what star this fort is World 4 Fort 2, I believe? Yes. And for whatever it's worth, I actually have a physical copy of the Nintendo Power Strategy Guide, so if I'm not sure about a stage, I can just reference that real quick. And Magoo is back at the World 7 airship. Has 2 hits. Let's see if Larry treats him any nicely now. Or not. Oh boy. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay. Didn't get oh dear. Larry is not taking prisoners today. Meanwhile, amourietta finds 4-1. I've noticed that there aren't that many randomized enemies in 4-1 in my experience, although I have seen boss pass show up on occasion. And amourietta deciding not to take the end card this time. Although I think the only worlds left, I think we've got 2 and 7, I think, are the only ones left, and maybe amourietta is counting hammers and thinks they have enough. Yeah, I think I've been mispronouncing amourietta's name like 3 different times today, so that's kind of my bad there. And Magoo takes another death to Larry. Oi. 4-hit earthquaking Larry is not a nice thing, especially with that kind of arena layout. But amourietta takes out Roy without much issue. Somebody once told me the world is gonna roll me, right? Something, all-star, all that. I don't know where I was going with that. But now we've got World 2, which means World 7 is going to be World 7. And although we've got 7-9, I believe that is? No, that's 7-8, I'm sorry. 7-9 is the pipe maze, right? Or the, yeah. And Magoo finally gets past Larry, with all hits intact as well. Nicely done. And there's a late appearing boss bass. And amourietta decides to take the power up, and ooh, free Tanuki suit. I'm thinking amourietta might have taken the pipe just to get rid of boss bass. Alright, Magoo finally gets to World 3. Let's see if the... Ooh, 6-1 with an angry sun. Okay. Ooh, just dodges that sun. Magoo gets through the Hammer Brother hand stage pretty well. I'm still curious as to what that anchor will turn into. And, ooh, that is 5-8. Now, I've heard some commentators say that the strategy guide says that you're guaranteed to take a hit in 5-8. I have the thing right in front of me. It doesn't really use those words. Although it pretty much does... It does largely say it's hard to get through that without getting hurt, but it doesn't say it's guaranteed. Engaging hammer usage and decides not to use it. Probably might be saving it for World 7. Or saving it for that lock instead. Free P-Wing. Always a good thing. So looking at it, looks like amourietta does have one more hammer and uses the cloud to get through whatever that stage that was going to be, and finds the World 6 airship. And Magoo getting through the lava fort. Very nice. Magoo, and Morton's a high jumper. That's 3. And a 4-hit Morton. And Magoo is still going through the end card. I don't think he's actually completed an end card yet. Probably does not have quite as many hammers as amourietta does, but has enough to get through that one. And a wild Tanuki appears. Command? Given my involvement in the Dragon Warrior 1 League, that is relevant to my interests. And, oh, Magoo got sniped by Wendy there. But amourietta finds another hand stage, the Cheep Cheeps, getting another anchor. Yeah, amourietta seems to be satisfied with the hammer count, decides not to go through the end card, and oh my. Okay, finds the fort right away, and it's the World 8 door maze. And we got another Tanuki kill on Magoo's side this time. Nicely done. And amourietta doesn't try to do the one cycle. And Magoo is adorable heading through 6-7. In vanilla, this is one of those stages where you have to, if you get at least a certain... Oh, jeez, really, that wasn't the right lock, but has another hammer, uses the music box, and skips right through the airship, which is World 5. So as I was saying, in 6-7 is one of those stages, basically 1 per world through 7, where if you get a certain number of coins, you get a white toad house. I don't know if that's still a thing in Randomizer. Goodness knows, runners are not going to go out of their way to get all the coins necessary for such things. But Ludwig goes down, and amourietta is moving on to World 8. Listen to them, children of the night. What music they make. I don't know what that's a reference to. Alright, so what do we have for starters here? We got a regular stage, a hand stage, and 2 pipes. Goes ahead and skips through that regular stage. I don't blame them. As Magoo gets through the ice fort. And got another pipe, and I see a lock. I believe amourietta is out of... And... oh boy. Amourietta I believe, does not have any more hammers. And... wow. Okay, so we know the pipe to get to the end, but we got... that pipe is kind of locked away. And we got the super tank. Vanilla world, not vanilla location, though. Since that was actually a fort that amourietta entered. Meanwhile, Magoo is adorable going through the army stage. And Magoo getting their Hammer Brothers suit. And, oh boy, that took out a lock. Okay. And then it turns out the anchor is a music box. goes into the Navy stage, and it is the Abandoned Fortress. World's Fortress 7-1. 7 Fort 1. Unfortunately, without a leaf, amourietta will have to get it the normal way. And I can see why it's referred to as Fort Knox, because with that P-switch, you can rack up a decent amount of lives in this stage if you're willing to put in the time. And unfortunately, Magoo does not have... Probably looking to see if they have a cloud to skip this last stage, but unfortunately does not have one. And hitboxes, what are they? And that one took out the other lock in this room. Wow. Has to go through the regular stage, and I believe that is 4-5 with the boss bass. Thankfully, there's enough stuff that amourietta can jump on that probably won't come into range until maybe the very end when you have to get into this last pipe. There we go. Magoo gets through that last stage, decides to pass on the end cart, and the Air Force is now World 2 Fortress. So on that last screen where Bowser's Castle was, there was 2 bridge locations. This might... Who knows if this is going to be the right one or not. Oh my, that is a high jumping Roy. But Magoo takes him out without much trouble. Yeah, we're 0 for 2 on fortresses being the one. Will this one be the third, or will we have to find the fourth? Was this the pipe that took you to... No. I think I'm already amourietta. I can speak. Is maybe having an issue remembering which pipe was which now. Well, Magooisadorable is going through 7-8. Having a bit of an issue with the firing squad, and it was not the right one. We still got one more fort to find. And that ain't it, because that's the army stage, and it's a regular stage, and it's 5-3. And amourietta taking an intentional death, and Magooisadorable taking a game over, but didn't really lose any progress, considering that was the first stage of the world. So many pipes clustered together. Alright, so what's this last fort? Yep, I didn't want to say it. I didn't want to say it, but there's the Piranha Fort. Everybody's favorite fort. And Magoo letting the boss bass stick around to the end of this. Ooh, okay, I was starting to... Amorietta's being pros for a second. Alright, gets through the hard parts of the Piranha Fort. And Magoo heading in through 6-1. And Magoo lands on the sun. Alright, so that was the last fort, I believe. So, amourietta has free reign to get to Bowser's Castle now. Yeah, troll 8s do happen. I feel responsible for this. Amourietta taking in the hammer suit, see if we can get the hammer kill. Ooh. Kind of a rarity on Magoo's side, getting the triple mushroom 2 up there. Given that they've already game over twice, probably seeing the extra lives is probably not going to be... They're probably not going to complain too much about that. Ooh, okay. Thankfully, Magoo took the start into that Hammer Brother fight, because that would have been a nasty thing to navigate while small. Alright, 1, 2... And yep, just like that, Bowser's gone. And just one last thing that amourietta has to do is just get through the door, and that. With that, amourietta finishes first place with an official SRL time of 41:13. 41:43, I'm sorry. GG. And this is a stage on Magoo's side that we didn't see on amourietta's side. That's 3-4. Ah, it was the last stage before the airship. Okay. That makes sense. Yep. World 6, 6 lives, World 6 airship, and 60,000 points. Ads by Google. Would you like to buy a hammer suit? I think we're fine on hammer suits for the time being. Yeah, we have amourietta in chat. We'll see if we can get them into the booth for an interview here. And Magoo's going through the door maze pretty well.
Thanks for the GGs. I'm just waiting to interview. Still, I need a link for it.
And Magoo is going through a section of World 7 that we hadn't seen, and we have the Navy stage, aka the Wolfman Special. Sorry for kind of being quiet right now, so... And we have amourietta in the booth. GG.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was a pretty good run there, overall.
Yeah, that World 8 was so long. Like, I don't know exactly how long it took, but I got in there, what, like, early 30s or something, and I was like, alright, this will definitely be a sub 40 seed, but nope, not with that World 8. Took forever.
I apologize for that one, but...
Oh yeah, you rolled the seed, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Oh, and it started with 6-6. I was like,
yeah,
I was like, you gotta be kidding me, but it wasn't one of the worst ones ever. It could have been a lot worse with the enemies, but it wasn't too bad, so.
Although it turns out that the first stage you skipped and rolled 8 is 5-9.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I didn't like having a cloud to go into World 8, but it actually worked out that I was able to use it. Usually you don't get that lucky, so... yeah.
So I noticed that... Were you confident in your hammer count when you're going into World 7?
Yeah. I think it was pretty generous with hammers. The previous world was 2, I think, and I could have used both hammers, but I decided to save one just in case, and I was glad I did, because that fort at the end of World 7 did not break that lock, so I was like, you know what, screw it, I'm just gonna use it. So.
And Magoo finding the double river.
Yeah, that was trolly. I finally went back in there. I was like, okay, it's either going to create a bridge on the left or the right. And of course, it created it on the left. So I was like, now I got to deal with hand bridge. It's like the longest possible World 8.
And of course, that last fort.
Of course, yeah.
It had to be. It just had to be. So there was a couple spots where Magoo had some trouble. Like Larry in particular gave Magoo a lot of grief. Being 4 hits plus earthquake.
Mm-hmm.
But thankfully, Magoo was able to get through it, and it's going through Fort Knox as we speak.
Yeah, I didn't think it was too bad. Just that rough start was 6-6, and then I never enjoy seeing 8-1 either, but luckily I had a tail, so it made it a little bit easier.
Yeah, having a tail go right off the bat, that was a lucky break there. Being able to just fly through through most of it.
I think I died twice. I know I won one boss bass. I think it was a Paragoomba or something that killed me, but
it was the block Goomba.
Oh yeah, that little guy. What was he, Micro Goomba or something like that?
Something like that.
Little punk. But did I die to like a hammer bro or something? I don't know. I don't remember if that was my only death now. I forget.
It's the only one I remember, at least. We did have a couple other boss bass sites. We had the one in 4-5. We also had that one that was when you were coming out the pipe at 6-7. There was a boss bass right there.
Yeah, if he was any further over, he would have chomped me, I think. But
well, I would think that wouldn't be very fair, because that would be kind of an unwinnable situation there, wouldn't it?
Yeah, but you never know with boss bass.
Yeah, I've seen boss bass come close to doing a pipe ambush, but I've never actually seen it happen as of yet. So with that win, that puts you at 4-0 for the group. How are you feeling about that?
Good. Yeah, it's my first tournament, so it's kind of all new to me to set up races and, you know, do this stuff, but yeah, it's been a lot of fun. So I have still four more to go in the next few weeks, so we'll see how those go.
Yep, so it looks like you still have 2 against Goku, Bat, Fat Man, and 1 each against Justin Man.
Yeah,
and
yep.
Actually, no, I think... Wait,
yeah, I have two against each of them, so...
Okay.
Yeah.
And I guess you already did your... Did you already do your 2 against F. Coughlin, or was
yeah.
it just... Okay.
Yep.
Just looking at the standings, wasn't sure who had phase 2 on that one.
My very first race, which was actually the first race of the entire tournament, was against Magoo here, Fraternity 1 flags, so...
How much experience have you had with the Mario 3 Rando going into this tournament?
A lot. So we were doing a lot of weekly races before this for a few months. So I participated in not all, but a lot of those. I first discovered the randomizer toward the end of the last tournament last year. And I'd been playing Mario 3 since I was a kid, and I was like, "This is awesome! I gotta try this." So I've probably been playing it about a year at this point.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, it was one of my childhood games too, and I have definitely fallen out of practice when I was trying my hand at this.
Oh, I was gonna ask if you played the randomizer yourself.
Yeah, I have a few times. I had to get my muscle memory back, and Magoo finding the getting grabbed by one of the hand stages, and I think that was 6-2. No, that was 6-3 actually. I think.
I noticed there were a lot of music boxes in this seed. The anchor was the music box, and then from some Hammer Bros, I got at least a couple of them. Like,
actually, no, that was 6. That was actually 6-4. That's what that stage was.
I've kind of had bad hand luck in World 8. One of my other seeds, I got grabbed like 7 times in a row.
Wow.
So I was forced to play 7-5.
And unfortunately, I think Magoo is getting a little lost. Hard to remember which pipe goes where.
Yeah, that happened to me too. I was trying to find my way back to Bowser's screen, and I took the wrong pipe like twice, I think. It's hard to keep track. It happens.
And another thing that sucks is that both the tank and super tank, they look exactly the same until you go into them.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the one I went into was, what was that, 5-3, that long level, and I was like, no, I'm not playing this. Because I knew there was nothing after it that needed checking, so...
Yeah, and Magoo was going to go through it, but got taken out by a free-roaming chain chomp.
Yeah, those guys like fly around, kind of unpredictable.
Especially when you're the one going right to left, because they typically go left to right, I think.
Yeah, yeah.
And Magoo just found the Piranha Fort. And that first power-up is a mushroom, which is... Probably would have liked seeing a star there instead, but extra hit's always nice.
Yeah, actually, I went into 7-2 with a star. I didn't actually mean to, but I think I pressed the wrong item, but it actually ended up helping, so... I don't know if I had hammers left over? I don't think so.
I don't believe so.
There's a bunch of other stuff. A lot of music boxes, a frog suit, I think.
And Magoo makes it through the main part of the Piranha Fort. Nicely done.
I was a little nervous about 7-8 as well.
Yeah, that one's not the nicest stage either, yeah.
So I took damage, you know, waiting on those pipes, and I was like, alright, I'm probably dead, but somehow I managed to get through. It's always
and then you saw and then you saw boss pass.
Oh yeah. But at least, you know, he goes away if you take the pipe, so.
And I'm guessing Magoo didn't realize that, just went through normally, though it got through just fine.
Yeah, I've seen a few runners not take that pipe. I don't know if they don't know that you can take that pipe, or they're just being brave. I'm not sure, but I always take it anyways.
Hey, Magoo does take a hammer suit into Bowser's castles. We'll see if we can get our second hammer kill today.
Yeah, I was glad to find that hammer suit. I forget where it was now, but...
I think it was... I want to say, was it one of the Hammer Brothers that dropped it or something?
Maybe.
Yeah, I think it was like a Sledge Brothers for you that gave you the hammer suit.
Yes, I don't think it was Peach.
Although I think it might have been one of the end card prizes too. I don't remember.
Yeah, actually, I finished the whole the one end card game, and then I started a second one because I forgot I finished the first one, so I didn't actually.
I see.
And then I ignored it the rest of the time.
Yeah, having basically two free hammers is always a nice thing.
Yeah.
And down goes Bowser. Magoo kind of kept their distance to Bowser, let him get a jump, but was able to hammer him to death.
I don't know if it's possible to get hit if you go right up to him like that. I've never gotten hit like that, but I don't know if you can take damage like that.
And with that, magooisadorable finishes second place with an official SRL time of 59 minutes 28 seconds. GG. Yeah. Nice on the sub hour.
Yeah. It was a little bit of a tough seed, but not too bad.
Yeah, like, there are some of those hard stages, but yeah. When you play this randomizer enough, you start to get experience in some of those hard levels. see if we can get Magoo in here for an interview.
Hello.
Hello. We have Magoo is adorable in the booth here. GG.
GG.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, that was man.
It's a little rough.
I had such a nightmare. That the stomping Lemmy Koopa at the end of like Vanilla 1 or whatever.
I think that was Larry, and yeah, that one definitely gave you some grief.
That was what, 6 attempts?
You didn't game over though?
There was a game over in there.
Oh.
Yeah. That was one of those where
Thankfully,
you kind of just know it's over, where I was like waiting for you to dot done in the middle of I'm on World 5, but it happens.
How did you feel seeing 6-6 as the first level? I was intensely dreading going through that. It's not a level you want to see at the beginning.
That's one of my it's such a tough level to get through. I think it took me 2 attempts, and I got like this really weird sheep at the end of that. But I don't know. Like, I feel like whatever I do, I'm just going to get some level I hate at the beginning. So
Yeah. It's always tougher at the beginning before you have items or much of anything. So
yeah, for real.
And there are those stages that really no runner wants to see with 6-6. Maybe 6-5, like Atlantis, Piranha Fort. How was that, by the way?
That was interesting. Just got to keep going.
yeah, that World 8 was super trolly. I mean, it was pretty linear, I guess, but it's like it couldn't have possibly been any longer, I think, with what we had to do to get through it.
Yeah, there was a lot of stages we had to beat, for sure.
Yeah, but hey, despite the issues, you made it through, and you did it sub-hour, too. GG on that.
Yeah, I mean, like, finishing is really what I'm going for. I'm very new with this. My whole goal in the tournament is to pick a win off one person. And it hasn't happened yet, but we're hoping.
Yeah, so I think we have about 3 weeks left to schedule the rest of the matches, so...
Yeah, thankfully I don't have to play you again. No offense.
And we both have 4 matches left, I think. I know I have 4 left.
Yeah, I do as well.
Yeah.
So you still have plenty of chances to get that win.
Oh, sure. I mean, we're 50% of the way done. And, yeah.
What is your, your PV for randomizer?
I actually don't usually time it when I practice. I don't know. Timer stresses me out. So
yeah, me too. I keep mine on my other screen so I don't have to look at it until like the end. So I just
that makes sense.
Yeah.
I feel the same way about IRC. I usually, whenever I'm racing, I usually keep it minimized until the very end because I find it distracting.
Yeah, it's true.
That makes sense.
All right,
yeah, I think that was a good race.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yep. Congrats to you both. And congrats to amourietta for getting 4-0, and Magoo is adorable. You're 0-4, but still you're being competitive. And
yeah,
you're not giving up, and that's admirable on all fronts. So
that's onward and upward,
Yeah.
Yeah, because goodness knows I've been in races and such. I never expect to win whenever I'm in it, but hey, I'm in it, so why not?
I never go in assuming anything, regardless of who I'm racing. I'm just gonna play the way I play and do my best, and whatever happens, happens. That's all.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully providing an entertaining product for the people, and that's
Well, yeah. Thanks for commentating.
Yeah, thanks, Melee Lizard.
And thank you for running. So for races we have later on today at 7:30 tonight, we have Midi Guy DP versus It's Paranoia on Speed Gaming 2.
At 9 o'clock, we have a double race. We have It's Paranoia versus DLP 316 and Sharky 2107 versus Sabo Tender, also on Speed Gaming 2. And that turns into a doubleheader with It's Paranoia and DLP having another race immediately thereafter. And at midnight tonight, we have Gameaholic versus Big Zeef. We do not have a channel slated for that one just yet. And we also have a couple races coming up tomorrow morning. Gamer Cal, a doubleheader with Gamer Cal versus Paratroopa on Speed Gaming Prime. So, if
a lot of
you're...
good stuff coming up.
Oh yes, definitely. So as always, give our runners a follow because they're out there putting themselves out there for our entertainment, and I think this race was very entertaining. And so, any final words on this seed from either of you?
I was glad not to see 7-1 with nippers actually, because that's happened a couple times in this tournament. So it's I was glad not to see that at all.
Yeah, definitely saw that in my last race too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not fun.
Yeah, it was great. Looking forward to more.
Indeed. Yeah, I was glad that this time I didn't finish with 2 clouds, which made me so sad last time when I watched the VOD of my race. I was like, oh, you idiot.
Yeah,
but,
it's always frustrating to finish with clouds, but...
This time I didn't find a single cloud. I don't know. Did you?
2, I think. I think I used 2, yeah.
Oh, never mind. Well, anyway.
Yep.
Good day, y'all.
All right, thanks.
Yeah, and with that, I guess that brings this race to a close. And with that, I am Melee Wizard, and have a nice day.